Hello, hello. Welcome back to RamGoatAstrology 2024.
Hi, yes, this is part 2. Last episode we did from January to May. So
Mhm.
this episode we're gonna go June, July,
Oh, no, we have
August.
to do May. We have to do May. We
Oh, we
did
didn't
April.
do May. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have to
May,
start
June,
with May.
July, August. So we'll do
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah. I like that.
Interesting.
What are we doing for the summer? What's the energy happening this summer?
All right. So May 19th, Mars conjunct North Node in Aries. So Mars has really been in a lot of different aspects and transits during the spring. Like Mars is really active in the beginning of 24, and
I feel
it
like
keeps being active.
Venus was really active this year. Or,
Yeah,
sorry, 2023, last year.
exactly. Last year. No, it's true. Venus was, especially in the fall, it was Venus, 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 Venus. And then now it's been Mars, 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 Mars,
Yep.
Mars.
Yep.
And here again, Mars conjunct the North Node in Aries at 15 degrees on the 19th of May. And that I'm excited for.
Why are you excited for it?
Because Mars, like the North Node is that evolutionary karma, like that's where we're supposed to go, that's where we're like, that's our aim as a collective.
Yeah.
And Mars, I feel, will just help us, like it's like we're on, what's this called, a seesaw.
Yeah.
So the North Node is on the bottom end of the seesaw, and then Mars comes, jumps down, and just flings us away like fast and far. And I feel like Mars conjunct North Node can be just that, yeah, springboard.
Okay.
And it's an
Springboard. I like
Aries
that.
as well.
Well, and Aries in general is a springboard itself.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like Mars will help us drive on the right path, the next right turn that we need to take, right? Like get us closer to our destination.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
think
makes sense.
I think so for sure. And I'm hoping for some evolutionary decisions to be made
Mhm.
politically around the world around this date that will like help us just move along and like, yeah, make us take the right turn.
Yeah.
We need it. We
And this
need
would
it.
be like ambition, right? With Mars, I always think of the word ambition, and then North Node is almost something that calls to us, or like that the siren song, or right, this just this knowing you have to do it, right? I don't have anything in Cancer except for my North Node. My husband has nothing in Cancer except for his North Node. And we both felt this like we have to be parents. We have to do this parenting journey, this mothering journey, right? We had to do it. That's that North Node pull. And that's that energy of go this direction. But it's more like
Yeah.
a whisper, or a like, it's not real
Very
direct, where
gentle.
Mars is going to come along and go, yep, you're that way, go. He's more
Yeah.
like active and action oriented,
Yeah.
ambitious about it.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
It does. Yeah. So I think that what's gonna happen here is definitely like there's gonna be things happening here that will move us along
Hmm.
karmically.
Yeah, take on new territory. Go kind of explore that calling,
Mm,
right? Make decisions and take action. And I
yeah,
love that it's in Aries, because talk about action taking, right?
exactly. Yeah.
We're going to be action taking. May 19th, put it on your calendar. Action day towards whatever is calling you, right? What is that? That I keep thinking of a siren, right? Like
Yeah.
some people call them mermaids or whatever, right? That like, I don't know, that sound only you can hear, right? I'm
Yeah.
making funny hand gestures if you can see me.
No, I get it. Like this is sort of like a, yeah, like a this whisper or like this yeah, maybe it's just like chills or like it's an inner knowing or something.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. May 19th, listen to your inner knowing, your inner calling.
Mm.
May 23rd, that's my anniversary. What's happened that day?
Oh, well, that's great. We have Venus conjunct Jupiter
Oh, yay.
at
What a great
29
anniversary.
degrees. Yeah, 29 degrees Taurus.
Oh, it's like the
Oh, that's amazing.
last degree of Taurus to, like, really pamper ourselves and go out to dinner and mm,
That's amazing. Yeah,
that
Venus,
feels lovely.
yeah, Venus conjunct Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter enhances, enlarges, just grows and like
Well, I love to think of Jupiter
blows.
too as the guru or the teacher or the learned one,
Yeah.
right? It's learning about other cultures and
Mm,
exploring, right? Kind of has that Sagittarius feel. And when you have Venus there with Jupiter together, this could be an energy of taking on a new task together or taking on a new project, right? I'm thinking of like our anniversary dinner and like the conversations we'd probably have of like, all right, what new adventure are we going to go on together now? What feels good, right?
mm,
With Venus
mm.
there. So that sounds like a phenomenal anniversary. I like that.
Yeah, and Venus is at home in Taurus, and
Hmm.
Taurus is all about values, what you value. So this is a a, a great day to like, yeah, take a moment and sit with your values. What do you value? And like do those things and value yourself like this. Maybe you pamper yourself around these dates and
Abundance is the word that keeps coming up, right? What is your abundance? What?
yeah,
Mm. I just keep going, like I'm eating a good cookie or something.
yeah,
This
very
would be a great day
Venus.
to pamper yourself with food too. Absolutely. Make some
Yes.
yummy treats at home. Do like a baking day. Oh yeah, phenomenal
Mm,
food day for sure.
mm. And 2 days later, May 25th, Jupiter enters Gemini. And the last time Jupiter was in Gemini was in 2013. Do you remember that year for you?
Yeah, I had a baby.
Ah, which one?
This was Guinevere. I had Guinevere
Ah,
in July 2013. So, her Jupiter is in Cancer though. No. Yeah. So I have to check the
mm,
transits and stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
Jupiter and Gemini is interesting because now we've got the sign of the twins or this duality. And
yeah.
so now we get to expand almost like doubly, right? This could be an interesting time. So, how do you read Jupiter and Gemini?
I see that as, yeah, learning a lot, like a lot of information.
Oh my gosh,
I
yes.
see that as like as being flooded with information. Like we have Pluto in Aquarius, we have a lot of Aquarian things happening. Aquarius is also about learning. Um, and Gemini is also so much about wanting, like it's Gemini is super curious. Gemini wants to know everything what's going on. They want to know like about science, about gossip. Like they just want to know stuff because they're so interested and curious.
Yep.
So and then Jupiter brings abundance and Jupiter is also a planet that is about learning and teaching. So I feel
Yes.
like we're gonna really be like flooded with information,
Hmm.
really
Yeah,
flooded with
expand
information.
our knowledge, our
Yeah.
understanding. It's
Mm-hmm.
that's the main goal of Gemini is to understand. That's why we Gemini people take multiple approaches or struggle to make decisions because we see both sides. We see the flip and the flip, right? You see both
Mm.
sides of the coin. So this is going to be Jupiter's chance to really fuel us with optimism and growth as we continue to learn and enhance our understanding of what's happening
Mm.
in our world, what's happening with our friendships, what's happening. We just have to know what's going on. Just tell me what's going on. Okay, cool. Now I know. All right. Now I won't take it
Yeah.
personal or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the dates, I just
Exactly.
looked it up. The dates Jupiter was in Gemini were June 11th, 2012 until June 25th, 2013.
Mm.
And then I had a baby in July. So yeah, the next month.
Yeah.
And then this time the transits are May 25th, 2024 to June 9th, 2025. So we have a year of this transit with Jupiter here.
Mm.
A big,
And
big move.
sorry.
It's a big move.
It is. And I feel like, yeah, it could be like it could be, I'm really hoping for people to yeah to see more the other person's view, like that Gemini, like you explained. You can understand more, and maybe politically this will be a time when who can have greater understanding, or like the world leaders will have and make better decisions maybe. But and that's like the high road. The low road, Jupiter and Gemini, could be like too much information, like gossiping, like spreading
Yeah.
things that might not
Yep.
be true.
Yep. Gossipy. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. This is we're going to be seeing a collectively a concept collectively where people are going to be placing very strong emphasis on valuing the intellect, right? And valuing and finding opportunities to grow and to expand through written, the written word or communicating through podcasts. I think there's going to be even a bigger boom in podcasting or book publishing, self-publishing, right? People want information because during this time frame, the suppression has really been strong with information, right? The governments have been trying to suppress information, and now by May 25th, that's not going to happen anymore,
Mm.
right? We're not going
And
to that time of year too, the 2012, 2013, there was a big expansion of iPhones and smartphones and smart devices. That's when they really started to take off during that time. So we all had information in the palm of our hand.
mm.
So that was a
Oh,
Gemini
that's
Jupiter time
true.
frame.
That was a
Yep.
huge, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
Because I
that,
had
like
Elliot
this.
in 2009 and then Gertie in 2011, and we still didn't have, like, they were starting to roll out during that time, just like AI and stuff is now.
Yeah.
It's like starting to roll out. But then once Jupiter hit that Gemini cycle, it was like boom, everybody started to get smartphones, data, and all of that started to really get bigger with cell phone plans, right?
Yeah.
Like cell phone plans started to change. People started to get away from the phone lines in the house where you were stuck connected and you could expand and be further and still get information, right?
Yeah.
That's all Jupiter Gemini stuff for sure.
I moved to Melbourne in 2011.
Okay.
Uh, and I remember whenever I was gonna talk to my mom or something, I had to leave the house,
Yep.
go down the road to a
Yep.
payphone,
Yeah.
and talk to her through a payphone and stand in this
Out of paper.
phone booth, which
Yep.
sounds so vintage. But I had to, and whenever I needed to like want to upload a picture on Facebook, I went to an internet cafe.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you had to go to a place where the internet existed
Yes.
because
Yes.
not everybody had it at home, and if you did, you were paying quite a bit of money. It
And
was
I
it was
didn't have
only
that kind of phone
available.
where no.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
I had a
All
flip
those
phone.
youngins listening to us are gonna be
Yeah,
like,
they're like, "What are they talking about?" I had a
"Yeah,
flip phone, you guys.
we had a flip phone where you
Yeah.
would get charged per text message."
Exactly.
Yeah, that
And don't even
irritated me.
talk about photos, sending photos. That was expensive. That
And they
was
were
really expensive.
terrible photos.
Oh, so blurry.
Terrible. Sort of pixelated, right? So during that time frame is really when those smartphones started to just advance and they became more readily available. And there was just this more connectivity, right? More information was being spread as more and more and more people could just be like, let me just check with my phone. And we were like, what?
Mm. Yeah.
Right? That
Yeah.
was
And
a cool thing.
maybe even like you said, it's been a lot of suppression with, a lot of social medias, a lot of people's social media being shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
and so maybe we will even find a new way of communicating.
All right. My brain just went
I
on the
don't know
like,
what that would
how?
be, but I have no idea. But like before podcasts were a thing, then it was not really like we would
Right.
not have been able to predict that.
Right. No, no, we wouldn't. So that is, and Pluto will be in Aquarius this whole time.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we have no idea the technology,
no.
you know, that will show up.
You
I
know
watch
what?
this. Go ahead.
No, this is way futuristic, but I was gonna say, like, I think it's gonna be vibrations. You know, we're gonna like frequency, like, but that's maybe not this year, but who knows? Actually, who knows?
Right.
Could
The
happen.
technology might be started this year and in the next 20
Hmm.
years perfected. There's a show I watched on Netflix called Upload, and it's a futuristic time where they upload your consciousness into an internet realm, and but you're dead in the real world. Like you're but you get to upload everything and you get to continue living, and it's a great concept show, right? That really takes you to new thought patterns. And one of the ways they communicate is they have like a band, a wristband, and they'll flip their hand open like an L, they'll make an L shape, and a screen, like a holographic screen, shows up between their fingers. So there's fingers become the screen and it's linked
Mm.
to a wristband on their wrist. And I'm like, yeah, I could see that showing up real
Yeah.
soon. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, this just the this oh my God, what are they called? Little things in your ears that don't have,
The earbuds.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the cord free ones, the cordless
Yep.
ones, the ones that everyone has. I don't have them, but everyone
I
has
don't
them.
either.
They're called earbuds.
Yeah.
Earbuds.
Airbuds. Yeah.
Um,
AirPod,
just
AirPods.
AirPod. AirPod, yeah. And just that I think is very, like, it wasn't that long ago when you would see that in a movie, like a sci-fi movie, and you're like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
future.
I went to the local tech college in 2007, 8, 9, and I was taking Aperture and GarageBand and iMovie classes, learning how to edit and do all that kind of stuff. And Bluetooth was just coming out. And I remember thinking that was the stupidest concept I could have ever heard of. I was like, first of all, why are we calling it Bluetooth? Because I was actually thinking of teeth, right? I was like, that's just insane. And it didn't, like, I didn't understand it. I could not grasp what my classmate was trying to teach me what Bluetooth was. And that, "Oh, you'll just put your phone in or your thing in your pocket and it'll just connect." And my brain was like, "What? It'll just connect." And now sure enough, I get in my car and I put my phone on a thing and suddenly music just starts playing through my dashboard. And I'm
How,
like,
we don't know, but it
"What?"
happens.
But this was just 15 years ago. I was like thinking this was the stupidest concept in the
And you're like,
world.
Bluetooth, red tooth is not gonna be a thing.
So this is the stuff Jupiter expands, and Gemini loves knowledge. And so the time before this that Jupiter went into Gemini, you guys, was June 2000 to July 2001. Like, think of the internet boom then, right?
Mm.
That's when computers, personal computers, were just creeping into people's normal lives. Like, I moved away and went to college actually that September. I graduated in June 2000. That was when I graduated. And I went to college, a university, Wisconsin University, and they had a computer lab. And we had a lot of foreign children, a lot of Korean kids came, and they knew how to utilize the internet to talk to their family members. So those Korean kids were always living in the downstairs computer lab, like real late at night, and they'd like bring snacks and they'd have like parties down there with their families.
Mm.
And I could not understand what they were doing. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It was right during Jupiter Gemini. Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. I know we're spending a lot of
Yeah.
time on this, but it's a big
Interesting.
deal.
It's really interesting now, seeing this coming and being aware of it,
Yeah.
and just like putting on those observer glasses and like, okay,
Speculating,
let's see.
right? Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really curious. So, you guys let us know what your thoughts are. Like, leave some comments and tell us like what you think might happen with May 25th Jupiter Gemini move. Like, what do you see
Mhm.
coming, right? Now that you know June 2000 to July 2001, and
Yeah.
then it was June 2012 to June 2013, and now May 24 to June 2025. So what kind of technological skyrocketing. I think AI for sure. That's
Hmm.
just kind of a given.
Yeah.
But hmm,
Crazy. Yeah, my head is like spinning with like
I
what could it
know.
be? Could it be this? Could it be that? Could it be this? Could it be that?
I
Yeah.
know.
I guess
So
time will tell.
a couple days later, May 29th, Mars is at it again. And Mars going to be conjunct Chiron in Aries. So this is happening at 22 degrees. And Chiron is ouch. It's a wound, right? It's the ouch, it's the self-esteem, the worthiness. I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, not smart enough, whatever. You fill in the blanks, right? And so all of us collectively are experiencing a Chiron and Aries wound. We have been for a while. And this is the wound of play, leadership, experimenting, having fun, trying new things. And if it doesn't work, try something else, right? A little bit of heat, a little bit of fight, kind of like a toddler likes to just argue just because, or a teenager. Both, same thing. Bigger, smaller bodies, same thing.
Mm.
So Mars is going to be on top of Chiron that day. So May 29th, just be prepared for somebody to activate, right? Mars is activation. Someone in your life is going to activate your ouch,
Hmm.
and it's not going to feel good. Or you might
No,
activate it yourself.
I mean you're gonna be activated for others. Be you're gonna activate it. You're gonna be activating it for others for
Yeah.
sure, and others will activate this in you. And yeah, like you said, you might activate it for yourself, even like in some of your behavior.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mars is that finger or that salt
Oh.
in the wound.
Ah,
Yeah.
I thought, ouch, I thought that bruise was healed.
Mm.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Right? Like somebody socks you on the arm and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah.
annoying. So this is going to be an internal wound, though, right? This is a
Mm.
worthiness issue. So it could be your boss says something to you. Maybe you get fired. Maybe you get served divorce papers. Maybe anything, anything could happen. But it's going to trigger a,
Mm.
ouch, see, I told you I'm not good enough. See, this proves it, right? People like to use that energy kind of in a negative way, but that's not the case.
No,
This is for you
because
to
it's the
learn and
wounded
go,
healer.
yep,
Chiron is the wounded healer.
take
Yeah,
this energy and go, oh, I still got some work to do. Okay, cool.
exactly.
Gonna go
Like
do
that
some
would be
healing
the
now.
reminder. Yeah. It would be like
Yeah,
a painful reminder.
it will be. Yeah.
Could be.
May
Mm.
29th. Put that on your calendar. Be mindful of your physical body that day. You may, so here's how this works in my house. I have two very earthy men, and one of them is coming up on manhood, but he's looking more and more like a man. And I'm like, ooh, it's freaking me out a little bit. But I've got these two earthy boys in my house, and they don't feel their feelings as often as of course they probably should. But what gets them to feel their feelings is when they run their earthly solid foot into a giant cabinet corner or corner of a wall or stool. And then they cry, right? Then
Mm.
they feel, and it's typically the anger first and then the tears. That's the kind of stuff that could be happening May 29th, right? Like just self sabotage in whatever way. And your body's going, hey, it's been a while since you've cried. Activate foot into wall, right?
Mm.
And you just mindlessly smash your foot or whatever, and then you feel your feels, and then you feel your self-esteem issues, and then and then you cry it all out and you feel better.
Yeah,
Ta-da.
exactly. Because something needs to be activated for for sort of work to take place there. So
Yeah,
if you have this, we all have wounds, but if these wounds are always just under the surface and we never tend to them ever, they're gonna rot,
they
you know?
do. And that's when
Yeah,
you get physical illnesses.
it's stinky.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can try and hide them and but yeah, so activating something, yes, of course it hurts at first, but then they heal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
So we get to end May with some irritation and healing.
Yeah.
And then we'll start June 2nd We got an interesting position with Neptune. So Neptune's been in Pisces for a while now, and this is its home. And Neptune takes a really long time to go through the zodiac. So nobody in our lifetime will ever see Neptune there again. It'll actually be like our great grandkids that will. So this is a kind of a special time in our existence where our generation gets to live and experience Neptune in Pisces. And now is at the end. Tell us about what happens at the
Mm.
end.
So yeah, June will hit the anaretic degree in Pisces. Anaretic degree is that 29th degree of any sign. And it's said that this degree carries like like a lot of a sense of like maturity and uh, a lot of things happen and get activated at this very last degree. It's like, okay, so Pisces has been, no, sorry, Neptune has been in Pisces for so many years now.
Yep.
Wandering back, wandering forth, wandering back again, back and forth, hey, and learning so much. And we've been going through so much with this energy. And then now we're up to the last degree, our last chance, sort of, to use
Mhm.
this energy of Neptune in Pisces.
Yeah.
And and so it's like, yeah, this time of moving on, like, okay, we're here now, this is the last chance you get, what are we going to do, it's time to move on soon, like to cut those ties
Yeah.
and finish things off with this energy. So a very potent energy, a very very strong energy of that planet, which is
Mhm.
Neptune in Pisces
Yeah.
around
I'm
this time.
I'm excited for the move from Neptune from Pisces, which I've enjoyed actually thoroughly. I feel like this is everybody keeps talking about the awakening or people waking up, right? Waking up to a lot of things, waking up to their spiritual calling, waking up to the government's ridiculousness of control and coercion. And there's just been a lot of waking up on to what our purpose is here on this in this earthly realm. What are we here for, right? For
Yeah.
many, many, many centuries, we didn't quite know. And now people, but we used to, right? There's like ancient knowledge that we used to know. And now we are awakening to that knowledge again. And everyone's path is different and everyone's waking up process is different, right? But in general, our whole consciousness, collective consciousness has been
Mm.
waking up through this transit of Neptune and Pisces. Saturn just went through Pisces or is making its trek
Yeah.
through there and will
Yeah.
be there for the next 3 years. So there's a lot of like maturity that needs to take place and
Yeah.
growth and time. Father Time will help us through that the next 3
Yeah.
years. And Neptune has been kind of like tinsel or little bells or something like waking us up, right? Dingle dingle
Yeah.
ding.
And Neptune entered Pisces around 2011, 2012.
Mhm.
So it's been here for a long time. And yeah, very much that awakening that so many people are talking about. Like these years since 2011, like spirituality and new ageism and but we're way past new age now.
Right.
Like,
Right,
we're
right.
future age.
Yeah,
uh so much has happened in this time.
yeah.
So yeah, this could be like, people talking about this. You talk in the last episode, you were talking about, the heartbeat of the earth
Yep,
changing and some kind of an ascension. And this is what I also hear from other people, like some kind of an ascension and like yeah, there's something taking place here. And Neptune will change sign, go into Aries next year,
yeah, yeah,
2025. So it will
2025.
be at this last degree for a long time. It's not a matter of days, it's a matter of a year, something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah,
So
this
my
is, I
girls
think,
are 20 months apart. Gertie and Gwen are 20 months apart, and Gertie has Neptune at 28 degrees Aquarius, and Gwen has Neptune at 4 degrees Pisces. So they're the different generations there. I find that interesting that these two
mm,
girls are so close together, but yet generationally split by this very interesting artistic spiritual planet.
mm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a big shift, you guys, a really big shift.
Yeah. And I don't know if we even explained what Neptune kind of what energies Neptune bring. But Neptune belongs in Pisces, like you said, and it's that the dream world, the everything that has to do with the connecting with things that you don't see, spiritualism, all of that is Neptune.
Yep. Artistry, lyricism,
Yeah.
flow of, you know,
Yeah. And also like
poetry.
we've been talking about, big pharma. Like, because it's medication. It's when
That's another
Neptune
part.
is yeah, when Neptune is taking the low road, it's checking out
Yep.
into addiction
Yep.
of
And
whatever things.
if you look at statistics since 2012, 2013 of pharmaceutical usage and the skyrocketing numbers, it's scary how much pharmaceuticals have infiltrated and filled that void, right? That Neptunian void of savior, right? Save me. I need someone to save me, when internally you save yourself, right? And I'm not dissing people on pharmaceuticals by any means, but it is a societal thing that we've been taught that big pharma is the savior of our mental health and our diabetes and our everything, right? And we have to look at the reality of it. And Neptune is very much hides the reality of things a lot. So I think in
Yeah.
Aries, we're going to see I don't know, a fiery shift, right? There's going to be a shift around that, taking action on not checking out anymore, right?
Mhm.
Not doing that, but finding new solutions, because Aries
Yeah.
is like, let's move forward now. Okay, thanks for that education. Been there, done
Yeah.
that. Let's find another option, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this 29th degree could be about wrapping up something like
Uh-huh.
that, like really like, okay, now globally we've been taking way too much medicine. Big pharma is
Yep.
huge pharma, and how do we put an end to that, or like how do we use the medicine in a good way? Because medicine is amazing. Like pharmaceuticals are amazing when they're used in the way they're supposed to be used.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe we see something around that happening.
So I just
Hopefully,
found
something
a
positive.
website called, which I love, and now I'm going to look into it everywhere. It's called the aquariandiary.com. And it is an article about Neptune. And it says that the American Civil War started April 12th, 1861. Neptune entered Aries the following day,
Hmm.
April 13th, 1861. So that was the last time that Neptune was in Aries, was 1861. So we are wrapping up something, that's for
Hmm.
sure. And
Hmm.
this planet of flow flowed right into a civil war the last time it went there. So, hmm,
Hmm.
interesting to take note. So the last time it was in Pisces was 1847 to 1862. So for all you history connoisseurs, look that up and tell me what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me a rundown. 1847 to 1862. Seriously, do you know any, like, how many family members ago was that? So I knew my great grandparents, and they were born in 1901 and 1906. So I have memories of them, and
Hmm.
they died in the 90s. So 1901. So I know back as far as the beginning of the 1900s. So this would have been
Like their grandparents or their
their
parents.
grandparents.
Hmm.
Wow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that.
That's a
Yeah.
long time ago.
It's a really long time ago.
That's a really long time ago.
Yeah.
That's 5 generations? Is that right?
Yeah.
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 Wow. Wow. All right.
Holy
Well,
moly.
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole show on that one.
All right. Next up, we have June 11th, Mars in Taurus will
There's
be
Mars again.
it's Mars again, and then it will be Mars again after that. Uh, Mars in Taurus square to Pluto in Aquarius at 1 degree, 45 minutes. Yep.
Well, now we have a stubborn
Mhm,
Taurus energy and a stubborn Aquarius energy.
mhm. Yep.
Should should be entertaining
Yeah, this could
or
be a
not.
bit of a struggle. I mean, this is a struggle. Looking at that, yeah, you see power struggles for sure.
Yeah.
Because with that square energy, it's that tension, and Mars is very, very a huge willpower to do
Yeah.
things, and
Yeah,
Pluto
but wants to
is
win,
power. It
right?
wants to
There's this
win.
willpower to compete, this willpower to win. And if you are a parent, you know that that's never a thing. Like there's no winning with children, right? There is you if there's got to be a healthy understanding between relationships. I always tell my girls when they're fighting, I'm like, who's going to win here? Are you
Yeah,
going to win? If you actually win, do you actually win? And we have to have this understanding that if you're fighting with your teammate, nobody wins. So if you're a parent, just go ahead right now, circle June 11th and just write the word have patience or deep breaths or put some notes on June 11th,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the
Like,
10th
don't
and the
look for a
12th.
win. Don't look for a win. Back down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Don't, yeah, just negotiation, like, right? Make sure to negotiate. Maybe June 10th, 11th, and 12th, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And this is yeah, a time when you can expect things around the world happening, like that has to do with control and
Hmm.
power,
Hmm.
and uh, because Mars is in Taurus as well, and Taurus is that
It wants what it wants.
it wants what, yeah, and it's that thing, the values, these are my values, and I want these because they are right,
Yep.
and because if I think they're right, they're right,
And
you
I'm
know.
putting my hooves in the ground and you're not going to move me. And then Pluto and Aquarius is
Oh
over
my
here
God.
going, really?
Exactly.
I'm not going to
I
move you.
know.
Really? You ever see a cow get struck by lightning? Want to see me move you? All right, let's go. Right. Like,
Pretty much
I
like
know
that.
this energy well. I have a child with this energy. It's really intense. It's very difficult to deal with. And frequently I just go, okay, you're right. Never mind. I'm out. Audi 5000. Bye bye. I'm not fighting with an angry bull and a lightning storm. I'm not doing it.
Mm,
I'm going to go in the house and take cover, right? So
mm,
just it's a tough energy and I really like my heart wants to be like maybe put on June 11th like pray for humanity too. Like put that on your
yeah.
calendar too, right?
Hmm.
Extra love and light, extra prayers because this is going to trigger something. And I hate
Yeah.
knowing that.
Power
I,
struggle,
I hate
exclamation
knowing that.
mark. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. It is. And it's the transition we have to go through, you know?
It is. I mean, everything, like the easy aspects, the nice ones, the Venus conjunct Jupiter,
Right.
and the Mars square to Pluto. These are all energies that we are meant to go through, that we need to go through.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So use that stubborn Taurus Mars energy to your benefit to be stubborn about kindness. Be stubborn about respect. Be stubborn about, teaching humanitarian concepts.
Exactly, like equal rights.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good thing
So,
to get stubborn about.
right? Exactly. So like your use your power, right? Your personal power to be stubborn about not trying to control others, right? Around recognizing how we get a lot more done if we work as a collective, right? That's the energy, that's the high road of this.
Mm,
Unfortunately, governments tend not to take the high road. Sorry.
mm,
So June
yeah.
11th, 10th, 11th, 12th, just be extra, extra, extra patient and kind and take lots of deep breaths. Calm your nervous system. Go for a walk. Channel that Mars energy into making some food that day.
Mm. And speaking about calming your nervous
Yeah,
system,
I saw that one
yeah, you
next.
saw. So we have one thing written down for July, and it's July 15th when Mars, again, will be conjunct Uranus. And this will
Mm,
happen in Taurus at 26 degrees and 19 minutes.
okay. So
Yeah.
everybody's going to work on meditation that day and mindfulness practices. And you're going to turn some music on and dance and keep yourself as happy and calm and centered as humanly possible when you're being poked and prodded by electricity.
Mm, yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna spin this into like a positive outcome, it
Do
could
it. Go
be
for it.
yeah, it could be like you get freaky with like with sex
Hmm. Yeah.
or romantic things, you know, because Mars is sad, you know, a passion, and
Yeah.
then Uranus is freaky.
Yeah.
So you could do that. That could
You
happen.
could. That could be a great
Or
way to channel that energy
yeah, or also
with
like Mars is also
with
a
a
willpower protection
consenting partner.
with a consenting partner. Yes, always. And then Mars is also that willpower and it's very inspired. So you could also get these uh like lightning bolts of ideas that you immediately take action on.
I love
That could
that.
also be a thing. Yeah,
I love that.
it could be a thing.
Yes. Or I'm thinking from a parenting perspective again, like, ooh, this one just looks like your nervous system is shot. If you
Mm,
haven't been doing good self-care, if you haven't been implementing the practices you know you need, whether that's taking a bath, going for a walk, doing art, reading books, I don't care what you need, right? It doesn't matter what it is. Just make sure you're actively doing that all the whole month of July. This is right in the middle of July,
mm,
right smack in the middle. The whole month of July, focus on self-care. Like
yeah.
that is probably the best homework prescription you could get for dealing with this in the middle of
Mm.
July because
It's
this
an
is
electric energy,
it's
yeah.
electric. I can feel it right now. I can feel the merging of these two and I'm like, my spinal cord does not like it. It feels like it's too hot. Mars is active, it's action, it's aggressive, and Uranus is your nervous system stress. So if these two merge together and you haven't been getting, having orgasms, if you haven't been taking walks, if you haven't been getting into feel good states prior to this, by the time these two line up, you're going to be fried,
Mm,
offline. You just blew a fuse, right? You're done. I've blown fuses, you guys. This is kind of my MO. This is my area of life where I'm like super well versed. I don't recommend it. It's awful. It is horrible when your nervous system crashes, and it's not a badge of honor. Do your self care. Take your
mm.
baths, do your walks, get good sleep, take your supplements, drink your water, and make sure you're getting exercise for the love of
And say
Pete.
no to
Mars,
things that you don't have time for.
they know, and getting exercise. Mars needs activity. Long walks, really important for calming, grounding, all of that.
Mm,
There's my spiel. Don't let your nervous system get fried on July 15th.
yeah. Yeah, it's very much like you said, like blowing a fuse energy
Yes.
could
Yes.
be.
That's
Mm.
exactly what I feel like. It's like,
Hmm.
oops, I overloaded my surge protector and I blew a hole up in the wall because I had too much electricity and not enough, action taking on removing the things I don't need from the surge protector or whatever, right?
Mm.
Plugging too many things into the body, into the mind, into the auric field. No, you can't.
Mm.
I've tried. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, that happened at work today, and
Did it really?
yeah, a fuse was or like things just shut down, like the computers shut down. Um, so I couldn't work. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do what I was supposed to be doing. So, and this was at the very end of my shift, and I started. Well, I used my phone instead. I started, logged into my email there. But it was this sense of calmness anyway. I'm like, oh, well, I guess this is telling me to sort of take it a little bit slower.
Yeah. Yep. And that's exactly it. Take it
Mm.
slow, and hopefully prior to that day, you've been taking it at the pace you need, right? I wish everybody luck for mid-July.
Yeah.
And
And you
if
know
you
why
can,
it blew?
yeah, if you can get get kinky, have fun there.
Yeah.
That would be a great way. All right, let's do August and wrap it up. What's happening in
Let's do
August?
it. A lot of things. Well, first we're starting off with a Mercury retrograde from August 4th until August 28th. So it will go from Virgo, Mercury will be in Virgo, and then it will be retrograding back into Leo. So just write that down. You all know what this means. Slowing down,
Yep.
rethinking, reevaluating. Don't freak out.
Right. Don't
Just
overanalyze and get judgmental, right? Don't overjudge yourself, and Virgo can get real analytical.
yeah. Yes.
Real. Real, like lost in your head kind of analytical. Don't be judging yourself. Just if something pops up, go, "Oh, look, it popped up so I could address it." Not so I could feel bad about it, just so I can address what needs to be addressed, right? That's what that time frame is.
Yeah, retrogrades. You taught me to love retrogrades, so now I love
Oh,
them.
good.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Um yeah, and in that Mercury retrograde on August 14th, we have Mars conjunct Jupiter in Gemini at 16 degrees 40 minutes.
Yeah,
And this is a happy one.
it is. It is a month after the challenging one. It's we get rewarded.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for this. This tells me, oh, I mean, like always with astrology, you never know exactly the outcome. You can see the energy, but energy can be used in many different ways.
Yep.
It's like this is the energy, and then we are the medium to use it. So it will be used in whatever way we choose to use it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mars is that willpower, passion. Jupiter is that uh, jolly, adventurous, wanting to learn, optimistic.
Wanting to teach and
Um,
share with
mhm.
things, right? Share their
Yeah.
knowledge with people. This would be a great time to attend a retreat or a seminar or gather with people, right? Gathering together. That's like a Jupiter, like, come on, all my peeps, come here, let's learn together, right? And Mars is go do something, right? So we've got this gather together with Jupiter and Gemini to learn, and Mars is helping you to take action to do the thing.
Mm.
So if you're
Yeah.
starting something or looking to launch a project, seriously, this is a phenomenal date. Go put August 14th on your calendar, circle it,
Yeah.
and be like, launch, whatever it
Yeah,
is, just put
for
launch.
sure. And I think that whatever we were saying about Jupiter in Gemini with all of these communication things and whatnot, I think this will really be a date, and like a little bit before and a bit after, when we're going to see in the news something new and big around
Mm,
communication.
yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
something new.
AT&T now does this with phones or what, like something new. There'll be a new technology, a new something. Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
I wonder
something will
if tech
happen.
companies utilize astrology for their launches and stuff. I wonder if that's a thing.
I think so. They're smart people.
They know enough to use the woo.
Yeah,
I'm curious. I typically flow with the energy of the cosmos, whether I'm consciously aware of it or not. I've noticed that I'm not really grounded, so I just kind of float up in the air and move around with what's happening. I'm wondering what I will launch this day, right? I'm always launching
mm,
something. I'm like,
yeah.
I wonder if I'm going to publish a new book.
Another book.
Another book. All right, cool. We'll see. August 14th, Mars conjunct Jupiter. That feels right. Oh,
Yeah.
it's at 16 degrees? I think my rising sign's at 19 degrees.
No
I probably should
way.
publish something.
Oh, you should be out in the world doing something.
Yeah, because that's right before Jupiter comes on my rising sign.
Maybe you should
Mhm.
have like a seminar or something.
Well, my friend Jade is visiting here, and she was just talking about utilizing our land here, our property, to host a retreat for practitioners, right? So for people who do hypnosis or acupuncture or massage therapy or whatever, but doing a retreat for practitioners. So
Do that on August 14th.
that feels right. I
Yeah.
think I'm right. I think so. Yeah. Awesome.
Amazing.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. The day after, we have Mars again in Gemini, square to Saturn in Pisces at 17 degrees, 42 minutes. So this is that tension energy with the square. Saturn is restrictive. So whatever Mars is doing in Gemini, just having been conjunct Jupiter, being big
Now
and
you
jolly
got
and launching, now you're
now
gonna
you got
feel restricted.
now you got the police officer that just pulled out right behind you and is driving behind you going, are you behaving?
Mhm.
Are you driving the speed limit? I'd like to I'm not pulling you over. I'm right here. I'm just right behind you here. Right? Like,
For sure that energy, like a huge party, and then someone hears the sirens, like fuck.
yeah. Like dad's home.
Yeah.
Shit. Absolutely. That's what it feels like is Saturn. So whatever you launched or are about to launch or whatever is happening for you, when Saturn shows up, it feels like he's making sure that you were mature about it, that you cleaned up after yourself, that you followed all the procedures, that you dotted your I's and you crossed your T, right? Like that it was
Mm,
done well and done mature. So whatever you launch, make sure you don't just do it in haste, right? That you do it with some maturity and some discipline and that it is for a collective healing, right? Saturn's going through Pisces. So we got to make sure we're still working on that collective healing and that leveling up and that waking up kind of concept. So don't
mm,
just put stuff out there willy-nilly that's false or,
mhm.
has some kind of underhanded tactics because Saturn's going to be on your ass real
Yeah,
fast.
and that could happen because Mars is very impulsive and
Uh-huh.
Jupiter is very optimistic. So it's like,
Mhm.
this could work, let's do it.
Right? I can see things where, like, if somebody were to, like, plagiarize something and publish it as their own,
Yeah,
and Saturn would come out of the fog, out of the Pisces fog, and be like, hello. No, pull over. No, I caught you. I was watching. You just didn't see me." Right?
yeah,
Uh-huh. Be
totally.
careful about what you're putting out there, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Saturn is good for that, for teaching us
Yes.
to grow up and mature.
Yeah, I love it. I don't mind them at all. I just don't want them right behind me while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Go away. Turn down the
That
next road.
feeling, that
Yep.
feeling, you're like, drive exactly the speed limit.
Blinker
Suddenly
on.
all the cars are going the exact same speed.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So August 14th and 15th should be super active. I'm super excited to see what comes out then. And then a couple days later, Jupiter
Mhm.
is
And
active.
this would be during Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
Reminder. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that thing of like being impulsive and optimistic is during Mercury retrograde. So maybe
Be
not so impulsive.
careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
Because then Saturn comes.
Yeah. And then the 19th, Jupiter's at it again.
Mm.
So now we have Jupiter square to Saturn on the 19th. So now again, we've got, I feel like if you were not, I just keep seeing like kids at a college party running from a college party and like officers just grabbing them and nabbing them. And like, if you were being immature about the things you were launching or the party you were having, right? Like Saturn's going to be right on top of Mars's butt on the 15th and right on top of Jupiter's butt on the 19th. So you're
Yeah.
not going to get away with stupid stuff. Don't be dumb in August.
No. So this makes me feel like a little scared to do something on August 14th. Like, I don't know if I want to launch anything then.
Launch, but I think all Saturn's asking you to do, and just like any, principal of the school or any, hopefully, quality police officer, they want you to be safe. They
Mm,
want you to succeed, but do it well and think. Take the time to
yeah.
think.
And
Be
you know what?
practical.
if you hadn't been too optimistic and impulsive and done that thing, you had never learned the lesson. So
Exactly.
launch that thing and let's see what happens.
Let's see what
Let's
happens.
see what lesson you're gonna learn with first Mars square to
Yep.
Saturn and then Jupiter square to Saturn.
Yep. Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of learning, a
It
lot
could
of
be
maturing.
fantastic support from Saturn. Maybe Saturn is for you in your chart, becomes like the mayor of the city and gives you the key to the city. And it's like, thank you for being a mature, responsible part of our community, right? Maybe you launched something that was just really mature and amazing, and Saturn recognizes you. That's ideally,
Mm,
we'd like him to hand us the graduation certificate and then we don't see him again, but
mm. But yeah,
maybe not.
and again, this is during Mercury retrograde, so
Yep.
just be aware of
Yep.
that. Yeah.
So I think this is a great place to pause, because we had one big hitter. Now there's obviously other smaller transits and stuff, but one major hitter in July that everybody's going to have to be prepared for by managing their stress. And then in August, we're going to be launching something, do something new, but be smart and wise and take your time doing it. And don't be overly optimistic.
No. Or do and suffer the consequences.
And suffer from Saturn.
Yeah.
I love it.
And if you haven't listened to the previous episode, do that. And
Yep,
also because in there we announced that we're gonna be doing a
that's
reading,
right.
yeah, the year ahead 2024 for one of you if you on Instagram uh in your stories or on a post share why you love our podcast and then tag us, and we are Ram and Goat Astrology on Instagram. So do that and we're going to pick a winner on the 20th of January, and good luck with that.
Good luck.
That'll be fun.
Yes, I'm
Mm.
excited for that. So we'll be back with a third part to our three-part 2024 transits. We have to break it up because we talk too much. That's okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with September, October, November, and December to give you
Yeah.
the flavor and energy of that. I can't believe how much Mars is
I
chatting with us this year.
know. I know.
Wow.
It's still like it's not just yet. It's the whole spring, the whole summer. Let's
Yeah,
see if it's gonna still be active in fall.
I'm curious. I
Yeah.
am. Should be fun. Well, thanks so much, everybody, and join us next time. And if you could, we would love it if you would share this with somebody you know. So just click the share button and send this off to your bestie and say, "Hey, listen to these two weirdos. You'll love them." We would appreciate the love from you by sharing, and it just helps the algorithm grow and helps us be seen more and get this information out to people. So thank you so
Mm.
much. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Ram and Goat Astrology. You can support the show by buying us a coffee or a tea. Link in the show notes. Your financial support means the world to us. Join us next time.